All right, let's get started. Let me share my screen real quick. All right, thanks everybody for jumping on. My name is Jesse Drock. I am the owner of Window Marketing Pros. Today, we're going to go over something that is very important and we see overlooked a lot of the time, and that is optimizing your website. And when I say website, that's interchangeable with landing page. These same principles work for any landing pages that you're running paid ads to, and they're extremely important. I mean, if you see a difference in 5% even, that can have a huge difference on your net every single month. So it's super important. We'll give you guys some actionable steps you can take to change things on your own website or landing pages. But anyway, some good info. So let's get started. So this is part of what we call our digital dominance method. This is how we approach online marketing. Is an all-encompassing plan. Essentially, everything feeds into itself. We see people that just do Facebook ads, they just do SEO, they just advertise on Yelp, and it works okay. But when you get everything going and people are seeing you everywhere, you become the go-to in your area. When everyone knows who you are, exactly like how we all know who Pella is, how we knew about Anderson, how Marvin, the guys that are the most well-known usually get the most calls. So a couple of housekeeping rules that I do ask. I'll try to keep this under 45 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. So it's not a lot of time. It will cover a lot of stuff. So if you can, turn your cell phones off, turn off Facebook, which I know is hard. Or if you're younger, turn off TikTok. And if you're serious about doubling or tripling the leads you're pulling through your website and landing pages, then the next, like I said, 30 to 45 minutes will be amazing for you. All right, so first of all, who am I and why should you listen to me? Like I said, my name is Jesse Drock. I am the owner at Window Marketing Pros. I have a book coming out, the 10X ROI Window Replacement System, and it's the same system we use to get our clients under a 10% ad cost, usually in the first 90 days. That's what we shoot for. Sometimes it only takes 30, sometimes it takes a little longer, but that's the average. I'm the owner of the #1 marketing company for home window replacement. That is all we do. We don't do anything else. We don't do remodeling. We don't do plumbing. Home window replacement is our bread and butter. Now our company, Window Marketing Pro, spends over $300,000 a month just in ad spend for our clients. So we've been able to test an insane amount of ads, landing pages, and really found out what's converting the best. Our business also won 7-figure agency's Rookie Agency of the Year, meaning that we were one of the new ones that were only there for a year. We did the best out of over 200 agencies. We are widely accepted as the pros in window replacement marketing. And a little bit about myself, I actually worked in the trades for about 15 years before I moved into marketing. So we also work with some of the biggest companies in window replacement, like Statewide Remodeling out of the Texas area. They did a little over 100 million last year. WinChoice USA in the Arkansas area and a bunch of areas in the South. They did a little over 40 million last year, and with our help, they're projected to do a little over 60 million this year. They are growing like crazy, almost 30% every single year. All right, so what is the problem? What is the big problem we see? If you talk to advertisers or marketing companies or people telling you, you got to drive more traffic, you got to get your SEO up, you need organic leads, you need paid leads, you need all this stuff coming to your site or your landing page. But if that isn't converting, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much money you're spending and how much traffic you're sending to your sites if the landing page isn't converting. And companies that want to grow, they invest a lot in marketing, anywhere from $3,000 a month to we have companies spending over $100,000 a month. Word of mouth is amazing and it gets you to a certain level, usually a couple million a year. But after that, spending money on marketing that is getting the ROI you want under 10%, or marketing costs under 10% is essential to hitting that next level of growth. So like I was saying, a lot of the companies we talk to, they got plenty of traffic, usually, but they're not converting into leads. And then it turns into, okay, is this traffic bad? You know, what's happening? Who are these people coming? And 99% of the time, it's just that the landing page isn't set up well. It doesn't entice people when they see it. And that causes you to get a low ROI. If you are getting more than a 20% marketing cost, there's definitely tweaks that need to be made. You know, I know most of you guys know this, but over 20% isn't great. Under 15% is good, but that golden spot is between 5 and 10% marketing cost. And that's where we get our guys. Another problem is you have parked trucks. You know, if you don't have enough work for your sales team, if you don't have enough demos set up, you're either laying off guys. You know, problem that we have in the north where we live is every winter there's not enough work. People get laid off. Not only does that suck for the employees, and you know, as most owners of a business, we care about our employees. We don't want to lay them off. We want them to have full-time year-round employment. But if the work's not there, or we're not converting the leads, or the sales team doesn't have enough demos that they're going to go hopefully close, then that's what happens. All right. So great sites built to convert. The whole goal is to consistently have people coming to your site that are turning into leads and that are turning into calls. Also, just so you guys know, if you have questions, you can put them in the chat. I will check it every once in a while. I have to get out of my screen share to do that. So I'll stop at a few points. So if you have any questions, just hold until you see me go back to the chat and we'll go from there. All right, your website or your landing pages are the hub of your business for online marketing. Everything you're essentially doing, from posting on Facebook, from paid ads on Yelp or Pinterest or TikTok, they're all sending people to your website. And I can't state that enough, that is why this is so important. We spend all the money in the world on paid advertising, but then we neglect where we're sending them. And that just leads to wasted money. All right, so let's just go over a little scenario, why conversion rate is so important. So scenario one, you have 500 visitors a month come to your website. And these are actual numbers. Now we've changed them a little bit so they're nice, even round numbers, but these are numbers we've seen. Well, this is a client that at month 1 and at month 4 when we worked with them. 5% conversion rate, 25 calls or leads. We'll say you do a 30% demo rate, 7.5 book jobs, you're netting 90,000 off that. Now that same 500 visitors, let's say just 15%, you just bump that 10%, which is relatively easy. You get 75 calls from that, 30% demo, that's 22.5 jobs, triple the net. Triple the net for just changing a few tweaks on your website. This is the easiest way to get more money. So can conversion optimization really have an impact? Now, this is one of our clients, Win Choice USA. You'll see down here on the screen, this is their incoming calls. Now around October, we rebuilt their website, and I mean, you can see the difference. Now I will say April, it's only when we took this, it was only partially, or that's for May, partially through the month, so it will raise higher. But this is the difference conversion optimization makes. This is huge. You know, last month they had 365 calls. When we first started, before we rebuilt their website, they were doing about 70. That's huge. That's an insane amount of difference. They've actually opened up another call center in the Atlanta area because of this. All right, so 12 critical elements to enhance your conversions. These are some actual steps we can look at. 1, who is your avatar? Who are you talking to? What are they worried about, and why should they choose you? Now, obviously, you know, we know our demographic is typically somebody over 50 years old, probably 65% female, 35% males. What are you doing to speak to that demographic? Be real. Use images of yourself, use images of your team. It's very simple, but people can always tell when there's a stock photo. It is, abundantly clear when you're using stock images. And not only does that not help with trust, it actually takes it away. People are less likely to give their information to a website that doesn't have like a real human authentic touch. Video and multimedia. Hopefully you guys have a YouTube channel or at least some videos recorded. If you don't, it can literally be as simple as picking up your phone, shooting a video of yourself, introducing yourself, who your company is, what are you going to do for your client, why they should choose you. Put that on YouTube or something and upload it to your website. It doesn't have to be this crazy fancy production. You can if you want, but something is better than nothing. Welcome to the website video. Videos for each of your services. Now, as window replacement, we don't have a ton of different services usually. I mean, if a lot of our clients do remodeling as well. So if you're doing kitchen remodels, if you're doing bathroom remodels, but obviously windows, one of the easiest things to do is get a GoPro, set it on a stand for one of your installers and do a time lapse of him installing a window. Those always work amazing. It'll take 3 hours. You can condense that down to a 20-25 second video. You're good to go. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, what is the normal percent you should see when aiming for conversions? Depending on the website, if you have your traffic well, we shoot for above 30%. Now, a lot of people say that's super hard, that's kind of unrealistic, but that's where we've been able to get people to be. If you're doing anything under 15%, something needs to be changed. Something isn't working how it should. A video on there explaining why someone should pick you over your competition. What kind of guarantees you have. People, it's not all about price, as most of us know. People want to know that you're going to be respectful, that they're not going to feel like pushed into something that they don't want to do. They want to know you're going to leave their house clean. They want to know if there's an issue in 2-3 years, are you going to come back and are you going to fix it? Those are huge selling points. I know myself personally, I would rather spend an extra couple $1,000s on the better company that I know, like, and trust, that I know is going to come back and help me if there's an issue, that's going to leave my house clean, that's my dog's not going to step on a screw or something like that. That's huge to people. And it's and the people that are just shopping off price are typically the people you don't want. Those are the people that are going to go with the the guys chucking windows in a truck and they want 1 or 2 windows replaced. That's not who we want anyway. Or they want their windows repaired. That's not who we want. So leveraging social proof. Online reviews are huge. Again, as we all know, there's a couple different pieces of software that we suggest that is super easy to capture feedback. We'll re-recommend for our clients and the ones that work with us. I won't say we force them to use it, but we highly recommend that they use it. It's called Nearby Now. And this does a few different things. One, when they go out there, as soon as they're wrapping up their tools, they can go ask that homeowner for a review, obviously as long as they're happy. And you can send it to them via text, via email, right off your phone, right to them. And what we typically ask our clients to do is have your guys go do that right before they start rolling the tools up. Ask for that. And if they do it before they leave, give them like a $5 gift card to Starbucks or Walmart or something like that. It's a tiny little gesture, but you'd be amazed how many more reviews you'll get. Get the basics in order. Now, these are the basics for your website. Phone number in the right-hand corner. Ensure there's a web form that people can fill out as soon as they land on your page. It can be a form or it can be a button, but you'd be amazed how many people won't scroll. They won't click anything. If they don't get what they want in like 3 seconds, they're off to the next site. Add credibility. If you're part of BBB, Angie's List, you have any home advisor awards, display those right when somebody lands on your page, make you feel trusted. so that you have clear calls to action on every single page. Cannot overstate this, overstate this. I cannot say this enough. Tell them what you want them to do. Every single page should have a call to action. Every single page should either have a form or a button and a phone number. Use special offers, coupons, and the reason they should choose right now, windows aren't a need product usually. I mean, if you have a broken window, yeah, but windows are a want product. Like my example of that is we had our HVAC go out 2 winters ago. Guess who we called immediately? We needed our heat pump repaired. Guess what happened when we had 2 cracks in the window from a bird hitting it? We literally waited 6 months to repair it. And this is my niche. This is what I do, and we still waited 6 months. So give people an offer, a limited time offer, so they know that if they act now, they're going to save. Make sure your website is mobile optimized with an easy click to call button. I can't tell you how many times we look at a site, it looks okay on the computer, we go on our phone and it is trash, it's terrible. And there's one of the biggest things you can do is 1, fixing that, and 2, make sure there's a button or your phone number, and when somebody clicks it, it calls your business. Super easy, people are lazy, that's the way to do it. Leverage live chat. Most people under 50 years old, which isn't always our demographic, but we do get those sales. They would rather text. On your website, on your Facebook, on anything you're doing, you should have a live chat feature. The big thing is that it needs to go to somebody live. If it's after hours, you can have an after hours message. But if it's during business hours, the only thing that's going to annoy somebody more is if they send you a message and 2 hours later they haven't heard back. So you just have to make sure there's a salesperson or one of your people in your call center is on the other side of that, being able to message them back. And give people an option to book online. Not everybody wants to make a phone call. It's weird, but the further we get sucked into our devices, our Facebook, our Instagram, get out of reality, the less people want to talk on the phone. Even older generations starting to get there. So just give people an option to book online for your salesman to come out and do a demo for them without having to talk to anybody. And site speed matters. Like I said, you have 3 seconds to wow somebody or else they're gone. Myself, if it's site takes more than 3 or 4 seconds to load, it just seems super unprofessional, so I go to the next site. If your website isn't fast enough to even load, how fast are your sales guy? Am I going to be waiting around 6 months? It's super illogical when you say it out loud, but that's how people think. And engage marketing automations. If you are using high level, if you are using Hatch, or I should say, if you're not using those, you need to be. There's nothing that frees up more of your salespeople time than having automations for your marketing set up when somebody becomes a lead. So this is an example of a landing page that we built out. People land on it in the first couple of seconds. They've given it a place to call, place to put in their name. Why should they pick you? And if you scroll down a little bit right here, we're on the mobile. This got cut off a little bit, but you'll see the specials up. It's buy 4, get 1 free. That's all people need. You don't need a ton of stuff about you, about your company. People are selfish. One of the things that I guess hurts feelings the most is nobody cares if you've been in business for 70 years. Nobody cares if you're family owned. You guys care. Of course you care. That's it's your baby. But people are inherently very selfish, and all they want to know is how you're going to make their life easier. This is one, let me see. Okay, here is how we suggest you set up your website. And I'll email this image to everybody. It's a little bit of a cheat sheet, but it's very easily laid out how you should essentially set up your website so people get what they want. As you can see, it's not overly cluttered. There isn't a lot about who the company is. You're trusted, know, like, trust. They want to know who you are, calls to action. They want to see your reviews, 24 live chat, and make sure it's mobile responsive. Even with the older generation, the 50, 55 plus, still 30 to 40% are going to be finding you on their phone. And in the next couple of years, next 5 to 10 years, I'd be willing to bet that goes up to 60 to 70%. So this is a little cheat sheet. Again, we'll email it to everybody when you're done. But this is, if you take nothing else away from this, use this to set up your website. You'll notice pretty much an immediate difference if you have traffic over there. So if you see through Joe Smith, you can see Joe Smith through Joe Smith's eyes, then you can sell what Joe Smith buys. So what does the customer want? What are they after? This is another thing that we'll send to you guys. This is if you want to really dig deep, and this is amazing for paid advertisements or for any videos you're going to put on your website. What are the pains and the frustrations? What are the goals and desires of these people? What are they worried about? Typically, the biggest fears that we hear from homeowners about having their windows replaced is one, a pushy salesperson, and two, it's not going to be done right and it's not going to be done fast. Now, windows are still backed up. The lead times on them still aren't amazing, but open communication solves that problem. It's what we see, because we see, the back end when all when all the mad homeowners come into or reach out to a client. We get to see that since we're in the back end of the website. It's not that they care that it's taken a long time. It's that they care that you said it would be here in a week and it's been 6. So just being upfront with them. So ideal avatar that we have seen, obviously a homeowner, 35 years old plus, I would say more 45 years old plus. We do run some paid advertising that targets people between 35 and 40, and it works really well. But on average, the person looking is going to be over 45. We've seen, mostly female, married, it's the head of the household. Obviously, they make a good living. Getting windows replaced. You're not going to go out. If you want the big jobs, you're not going to be going to the low-income areas of town usually to replace windows. Reliably, easily frustrated, and again, know, like, and trust. People want to just what you tell them needs to happen. Pains of frustration. Old windows lowering the resale value of their home, especially right now with how the housing market is. Lance, yes, this recording will be sent to you. It'll probably be a couple of days, sometime next week, but I will send this over to you along with everything that I have said that I would send over. Can't get a window company on the phone or to return their calls. This is something that I personally, me and my girlfriend experienced, and we live in a smaller town, but it took us almost 3 months to get somebody to come out and give us a demo. And we're hearing that a lot more. Again, people just want to know that they're being heard. They want to be told upfront what's going to happen. So if it's going to take a while, it's going to take a while, but just give them a realistic, truthful time. Companies quoting 6 to 8 months is one of the pains and frustrations we've seen. Now, the good news is if you're under that, you're doing better than most companies. But a lot are still pushing out, especially if you do impact windows. Those are still, the lead time on those is still insane. But just being honest and open with the homeowner. But here are some of the deals that work. Like I said, we've spent millions of dollars on testing different ads, testing different deals, specials through Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok, SEO, websites, landing pages. And these are the ones that have worked the best consistently. And we have tried them all. We have tried you get a free kitchen table with a purchase. Like we've tried everything. Buy 4 windows, get 2 free. Get up to $1,500 off, and usually they have to spend $10,000, and if they do that, they get up to $1,500 off. Get free blinds with your purchase. Now we see a lot of impact companies doing this, and it works really well. I will say the 0% interest for however many months, it's not a good hook. Everybody does it. You need to set yourself apart. You need to be unique with the specials and the deals that you're presenting. And everybody has 0 down, 0 interest for 18 months, 2 years, a year, whatever. Promotions for in-home quotes. So with a few companies that we have, to entice it on the thank you page, we'll say, hey, when you get your in-home quote after they become a lead on the thank you page, you'll get a $50 gift card to Amazon or Walmart, or a $25 gift card with your in-home quote. And that's just a little extra that makes them want to just a little more. We always put it on the thank you page because we don't want somebody to schedule a demo just to get a $25 or $50 gift card. But it's a little something extra to make them pick up that phone call, because that's usually the hardest part, getting somebody on the phone, especially with paid advertising, Facebook leads. They should be setting anywhere from 30 to 35%, but if you're under that, this is a good way to help. On that thank you page, give them something a little extra, give them a free knife set, give them a gift certificate, give them a $25 gift certificate to one of the family-owned restaurants in town. You'd be amazed how far that will go. And you'll close a lot more because, again, you have that know, like, and trust going on. Be real and be authentic. This goes back to shooting videos for yourself. Have actual videos of yourself. Use your team, your company. Use yourself. I know most owners don't want to be on the front page of their website, but it builds that trust. People want to see the owner. People would rather, 9 times out of 10, would rather go with the small local owned company if they know they're going to get the same, I don't want to say quality, because quality is usually better with the small hometown ones. But they're going to get the same results that if they hired the $100 million company. So show your face. Most owners don't want to do it, but it makes a big difference. Just they want to know who you are. They want to know who they are buying from. Again, use videos. Social proof. If you have customer reviews and customer testimonials, these need to be on your website. And again, special offers that match what the people are interested in. This is statewide remodeling with our client down in the Texas area. The remodeling company, obviously, they do a lot more, but $1,500 off a house full of windows and $1,000 off a bath project. When people land on the page, that's what they should be seeing. Make sure it's mobile friendly. That image on the right is the same one. Statewide remodeling. Just if it looks good on a phone, if it doesn't look good on a phone, let's put it this way, if it doesn't look good on a phone, you're going to get 0 people converting from being mobile. Considering how much we're all on our phones. I can't remember the last time I was on a desktop and looked up a service. I know I'm not 55 yet, but that's how most people do it now. You want to click to call. So there should be a button on there. When they click it, it should pull up the number they want to call and call them. Now, one of the last things I want to talk about, again, I know you're all busy. We've been on here about 30 minutes. I know we've kind of sped through this. Is that adding a chat bot. In the bottom right-hand side, you'll see the welcome to statewide remodeling. If you have a dedicated salesperson, if you have a dedicated caller or a call center, this is huge. We have seen it increase leads by up to 30%. That's or an average of 30%, 35%, excuse me. It's one of the easiest things you can do. But again, if somebody is not answering it, there's no point. All right, so key ideas that we've gone over: authentic images, shoot a welcome video, videos for each of your services. Again, if you're a window company, it's fairly straightforward. You know, you might want to show off the different windows that you sell, obviously double pane. A good one that we have seen people do is why people with single pane windows should update to double pane. For us, it's simple. We know, like, who doesn't know that? You'd be amazed how many homeowners you show them the difference is not only sound, but obviously keeping their heat or their AC in. It makes a big deal. People want to know why they're going to buy it. Adding a live chat to your website, calls to action, at least get the basics in order: the phone number, a web form, the trust, the know, like, and trust, your BBB, Angie's List, Home Advisor, all those logos. Okay. Now, we've gone over a lot of stuff. My suggestion is pick three. Pick three things that you can do in the next 6 or 30 days that you're going to be able to get done on your website. If you have a web guy, do it. If you can do it yourself, do it. Typically, these days, websites are fairly easy to edit, but at least pick three. These things you guys can implement for us. Jack, yes, they are. If you're interested in that, I will drop a link in this chat right before we go. Or you can go to windowmarketingpros.com and you can schedule a call with us. And this is stuff that we do for every client. This is the day one things that we start changing. Because it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter how much traffic we drive if the landing pages, if the website aren't set up to convert. All right, 3 action items, and that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But seriously, write 3 things down right now that you're going to do in the next 30 days. It doesn't have to be rebuilding the entire website. It can be 3 small things. Make sure it's mobile optimized, make sure there's a good call to action on there, and make sure you have a good special. If you can, one of the 3 that we've shown you that, again, there's literally been millions of dollars in ad testing behind them, for those 3 to be the best. All right, guys. You know, we kind of went through that fairly quickly, 35 minutes, pretty proud of that. If you have any questions, get out of this. Anytime, Jack, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You can go to windowmarketingpros.com if you would like to set up a call with us. And like I said, and then I'll put that in the chat as well. This is stuff we do for everybody that we work with. It's a lot. It's a lot. If you want to rebuild the entire website and get everything working well. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. But we know a lot of, the bigger companies, they don't want to spend the time or the effort or find the right person. And one of the reasons we suggest people work with us is we understand the window industry. Like, this is all we do. This is it. We do advertising and marketing for window replacement companies. So anyway, I hope to see you guys in the future. I hope we have a good talk. I hope this was helpful. That's the biggest thing. I hope this was helpful to you guys. And yeah, we'll be putting on another webinar next month. I'm not sure what the topic is yet, but hopefully this was helpful. I'll see you guys next time.